Hi everyone, my name is Leah Ahava and I am an Orthodox Jewish Lindy Hopper. I'm not the only one out there, but we're a pretty rare breed. You might be wondering how that works, or you might be wondering what that even means. So I thought I would make a video about what it's like to be a frum social dancer. If I look away from the camera a lot, that's because I actually wrote a script for this one, and we'll see if I stick to it. So, first of all, what's a Lindy Hopper? So, Lindy Hop is a particular type of swing dancing. In my experience, if someone says they are a swing dancer, that means that they probably know the style that's today called East Coast swing, and they're very likely to know some 1930s Charleston too. They may or may not know how to Lindy Hop, but when someone tells me they're a Lindy Hopper, that usually means they do Lindy, East Coast swing, 30s Charleston. It might also mean they know 20s Charleston, Balboa, and or collegiate shag. These dances and the flavors of jazz that they're danced to were created by Black communities all over the USA from the 1920s to the 1940s. I could go on a lot longer about that, but then this video would get really long. So for a first-hand account of this history, I highly recommend Frankie Manning's autobiography, Ambassador of Lindy Hop, and also check out the Frankie Manning Foundation for video footage, and I'll put links in the description. So that's Lindy Hop. What does it mean that I'm an Orthodox Jew? For those who don't know, different labels within the Jewish people are really fuzzy, and they don't describe separate groups so much as they describe patterns of practice and belief. There's a lot of labels and hair splitting over what they mean and who should call themselves what. The label I most closely identify with is called Modern Orthodox. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to define that as Jews who have strict practices of kosher and Shabbat, but who are also strongly integrated into modern society. Details of other practices can vary significantly, and I'm being purposefully vague in order to avoid excluding anyone from their own identity. One practice that I personally keep, and which is common in Orthodox circles, is called charnegia. It literally translates to watch your touch. I don't touch men who are not part of my immediate family. I didn't even touch my husband, even to shake hands, until our wedding day. So if I don't touch men, you might wonder how I can be a Lindy Hopper. Well, it may surprise you to know that there are people at these dances who are not, in fact, men. I started dancing before I became charnegia, but that doesn't mean that I only learned how to follow. When I decided to take that step in my Jewish expression, I already knew how to lead. It wasn't what I did the majority of the time, but it is now. And it wasn't what I did, and now it's my primary role on the dance floor. I still love to follow, and when I'm always really thrilled when I get to, dance with another woman who leads, because then I get to follow. And in theory, you would think that, given all of that, that I would be able to show up at a dance and have a totally normal experience similar to that of the men present. The men dance with women, I dance with women. Well, you'd think, but I'm sure you know where this is going just by the fact that I'm making this video at all. For one thing, I used to be really excited about birthday jams. For those who don't know, a birthday jam is where everyone who has a birthday that week goes in the middle of a big circle and gets to dance with multiple partners for a song. They start with one partner and then members of the crowd cut in to steal them. It's really fun. But now I'm actually nervous about doing birthday jams at all. Because what am I supposed to do? Should I have the announcer, explain over the mic that I only dance with women and hope that everyone actually paid attention? Should I wear a giant sign on my back that says a simpler "no men" in big enough letters to read while I'm spinning around? Or should I put all of my focus on floorcraft to dodge men instead of enjoying my birthday dance? I've done different things in different years, including sitting it out completely. And I miss having a carefree birthday jam. I also have to ask for just about every dance I get. I know that cis men who lead do most of the asking because of the gendered history of partner dancing in general. But in recent years, women who follow have really upped their agency over their experiences and started asking people they want to dance with. Because most lessons assume that female presenting individuals follow and male presenting folks lead, most women on social floors don't notice me when they're scanning the room for possible partners. Even if I make eye contact with someone at the beginning of a song, they don't read it as a signal the way that they do with men. This isn't a kvetch, I'm not complaining. If someone doesn't want to dance with me, that's entirely her business. Frankly, many women I ask to dance are flustered at first because they're worried that I want them to lead when they don't know how. And if that was the biggest difference in my experience at dances since becoming Orthodox, I probably wouldn't be making this video. It also isn't the biggest thing that keeps me off the dance floor. The reality is that since I became charnegia, the amount of time I actually spent dancing at dances has dropped precipitously for reasons beyond having to do all of my own asking. Being charnegia disrupted the patterns of who I tend to dance with. I had to start declining all of the men I'd been dancing with for years, which altered our friendships even when I explained that it was not personal. I also struggle to become a part of new friend groups in dance settings. I was already autistic to begin with, though I didn't know that till I was 29 and started dancing when I was 16. But a religious observance that limits who I can dance with in ways that are unexpected to anyone who's meeting me for the first time moves me from the quirky first impression box over to confusing. Dance friend groups tend to be co-ed, and while I have no issues being friends with men, the boundaries around touch make me stick out like a sore thumb to the whole group. Not having a friend group who's always happy to dance with me is another contributor to the whole doing my own asking thing. But let's say I have the mental and emotional stamina to walk up to a woman who may or may not know me and ask her to dance every song I feel like dancing to. I would still be doing less dancing than I was before I was charnegia. Why? You might wonder. Answer is the questions. In order to decrease the number of men asking me to dance and subsequently being disappointed, and also to pad the fragile egos of those who don't believe me when I say that I don't dance with men, I wear a 3-inch button to dances that reads, "I dance with women only due to a religious observance. Thank you for understanding." I thought that would be enough. It isn't. What was supposed to facilitate a short interaction that politely declines all future dance requests from each guy instead turned me into a novelty to be curious about. To give you an idea of what I mean, here are some actual questions that I've really been asked at least once in public at dances, and the sometimes snarky responses that I would give if I had more chutzpah and if I wasn't so aware that I'm probably the only Orthodox Jew that a lot of these people will ever meet. In reality, all of these have ended up as much longer conversations than I am presenting here. So, if you don't touch men, why are you here? I dance with women. Why are you here? What religion are you? I'm Jewish. What is the practice called? Charnegia. What about family? Restrictions don't apply to immediate family. What about little kids? Little kids are exempt. I said men, not boys. I know Jewish people. Why haven't I heard of this? Well, most of the Jews you've met are probably Reform, conservative, or entirely secular, and these groups generally don't observe this particular practice. Do you keep kosher? Yes. What about bacon? Gross. Have you ever met anyone else who does what you're doing? Obviously. I didn't make it up. Why do you do this practice? It's part of a much bigger paradigm that is too personal to explain to strangers. Maybe if you get to know me as a human who happens to be a little different from you, maybe you'll find out. How did you end up a Lindy Hopper? I was a Lindy Hopper first. What does your family think? Does everyone in your family think and do everything exactly the same way? Does it offend you that other people have casual sex? Wow. That is a weird question. I'm confused. Do you allocate your finite energy to holding opinions about what consenting adults do in the bedroom? What does that have to do with me? Have you consulted a mental health professional about your urge to project your judginess onto others? Yeah, that's all weird. I've actually encountered all of those questions. But I'm going to end on this because I'm not actually making this video just to complain. As someone who is a femme-presenting cis woman who used to primarily follow and now primarily leads, my partners tend to have a uniquely positive experience dancing with me. Most of my moves aren't flashy, but I execute them well enough to confidently say that I am above average as a lead if that average includes both first-timers and the folks winning big at international competitions. My experience following means that I know exactly what my movement feels like from my partner's perspective, and the result is really relaxed and fun dance connections. Since I'm in a heterosexual and monogamous marriage, no one's concerned about whether I'm gonna hit on them just because we had a good dance. No one's questioning whether that accidental boob raise was really accidental. And I get compliments on my dancing frequently. And because of that, I'm confident that people actually like dancing with me when I get both the opportunity and the resolve to ask someone. I really love this dance, and I don't plan to give it up anytime soon. So if you're a woman and you see me at a dance, ask me to dance, and I'd love to dance with you. Or, I'll ask you, either way. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video, no matter how awkward I might have been. If you like it, feel free to do all of those YouTube algorithm things. And if you want to hear more from me, hit subscribe. I'll be making videos on a lot of different topics, dance-related, Jewish-related, neither-related, random silliness. I did a video where I sang a song while brushing my teeth. If that's your jam, here I am. But that's it for now. Thank you. Bye.